And we are tracking Tropical Storm Idalia. The storm is expected to make landfall on Wednesday morning. Let's get right over to Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Gardner for the latest. Hi, Brooks.
Deborah, good evening. So the latest on Idalia, it's a strengthening tropical storm. I expect it to become a hurricane tomorrow or early Tuesday at the latest. Winds right now of 60 miles an hour, so it's rapidly increasing in strength. Its movement stationary right now, so it's just sitting over really warm water and essentially strengthening. Eventually it'll start its trek northward and approach the Big Bend. We're talking Taylor, Levy, Dixie, Citrus counties by Wednesday morning, bringing with it hurricane conditions. And it could be a Cat 2 or even stronger. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, Orlando, we're not out of the woods because while the center of the track keeps it far enough away to keep away the worst impacts, it's entirely possible the center of circulation rides along the southern periphery of the cone, bringing full force type impacts to our region. So we've got to stay very close to this system. And by the way, 2/3, or I should say only 2/3 of historic hurricanes have stayed inside the cone. Sometimes they go outside of the cone, which would be obviously something that would bring even more impacts to our area. The center of the cone, though, keeps it to the north. That said, it's a cone. It's not like they're forecasting, the hurricanes that are forecasting, it'll travel up the center. It'll just travel somewhere inside the cone. So it's very important to not let your guard down here in the Orlando area. Another tool we use to try and judge the accuracy of how the models are doing is to compare them all together in a spaghetti. And it looks like spaghetti, that's why it's called spaghetti models, but most of them take it into Cedar Key. There's one that takes it right up through the mouth of Tampa Bay, exiting near St. Augustine. Obviously that would have much greater implications for our area. But it's important not to focus on the center of its track because it's a huge storm. So even if that center travels to Cedar Key, we've got all of this to the east that's going to push through our area, which is heavy rain and what will be severe thunderstorms mixed in, fast moving ones. So make sure for your preps you complete them by Tuesday morning. That's the absolute latest before the tropical storm force winds start moving in. Be ready for gusts to 60 miles per hour in what will amount to passing downpours or passing fast moving thunderstorms. Worst weather will be Tuesday evening through the day on Wednesday. We've got hurricane watches right now in pink up and down the Gulf Coast from Levy, Taylor, Dixie County, southward through Citrus, all the way to the Tampa Bay region. Sumter County under a hurricane watch. Lake County under a tropical storm watch, as is Polk County. These watches may be extended farther east to include Orlando in the coming advisories. Meanwhile, the tropical storm chance looks to be highest actually across northeast Florida. If you put it all together statistically, with almost 100% chance from Gainesville to Jacksonville of tropical storm conditions at some point or many points Tuesday to Wednesday. That chance extends southward to Orlando at about a 75% chance. So it's a good bet we're going to catch at least some gust over tropical storm strength, well over 40 miles an hour. The arrival time for those winds may be as early as Tuesday evening, about 8 o'clock. This is the arrival time of the winds as the storm progresses northward. The European model forecasting maximum wind gusts for our area about 50 miles an hour, with wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour on the Nature Coast. Storm surge, a huge concern with this system from the Chassahowitzka River all the way up through the Taylor County area, between 7 and 11 feet of storm surge on top of the astronomically high tides with a full moon. That could be catastrophic for this area as far as inundation goes. It's flat land and there are a lot of coastal fishing boat slip communities here. Folks there, if you're listening from Horseshoe Beach, Cedar Key, listen to evacuation orders. They may be coming down pretty soon, maybe tomorrow, Tuesday at the latest. Our Fox model forecasting the center of circulation to make a landfall Wednesday morning at Cedar Key and maybe even a little bit farther west toward Horseshoe Beach. Other models taking a similar trajectory. We've got the European model I'll show you here that's doing kind of a similar setup. Here's the latest track keeping the center of this then Hurricane Idalia to our west, landfall near Horseshoe Beach. All right, let's jump into the 7-day forecast because beyond the fact that we've got this coming our way Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got to get to the weather of the day. Overnight, the low 77, tomorrow 94, 50-50 chance for some passing storms. Tuesday and Wednesday, rain chances going up to likely, continuing so on Thursday. The worst of the weather Tuesday night into Wednesday. By the end of the week, we will start to clear things out and, well, hopefully not recover. Hopefully it just misses us entirely, but inevitably this looks to be an impactful system. Needless to say, Tuesday and Wednesday are Fox 35 storm alert days.